Hi crafty friends, it's Nanner Bananer. Today we're taking ordinary vintage flashcards and turning them into extraordinary little works of art using decoupage napkins, children's book pages, and sweet Raggedy Ann and Andy images. Watch as I layer textures and vintage charm to create perfect junk journal tuck-ins, pockets, or tags. Grab your flashcards and play along. No rules, just fun. So here is what we're making today. Mine's just going to be a tag in my journal, and we're going to make a Raggedy Ann next. First though, I want to show you how I decoupaged the napkin onto the flashcard. So I just use PVA glue, or PVA glue, and I'm pretty generous with it. And then I'll rub it in. You can use your paintbrush. I just use my finger, but a paintbrush would certainly be less messy than my finger is. I'm excited. We did 7 embellishments this week, which is exciting. And tomorrow I've got a video coming out where I show you. I only have 2 of the Raggedy Ann and Andy physical kits to put up on Ko-Fi, but I'm going to do a video where I show you what's in the kit, and then I'll put them up on Ko-Fi. And then I'm also going to do a video where I take the little golden books and do a rounded spine using the tutorial that Madeline Diet did on her channel, and then I tweaked it a little bit. So you'll have to watch mine and see what you think. So basically I spread the glue out and then I gently lay the napkin down. And this is just the part of the napkin that I'll show you what I did with the napkin. I should have showed you that. So I just lay it down and let it absorb in the glue. But basically all I'm doing is taking the napkin. These napkins have 2 layers, and I'm taking the 2 layers apart. Here's one. So what I did originally is I took my napkin and I separated the top layer from the bottom layer. And one thing you can do to make this really easy is if you have tape. Tape makes this a whole lot easier for you. Okay, here we go. I got it started. And so then you just separate the layers of napkin. And this just happens to be a 2-ply napkin. Some napkins are 3-ply, so there'd be yet another layer you'd have to take off. But that's all there is to it. And then you can take Mod Podge, PVA glue, watered down Elmer's glue. You can use a glue stick and spread it completely out, a nice smooth layer on top of your flashcard, and then lay your napkin down. And I just, because this is very easy to tear in this state, I just tap it down. Now, true decoupage would be to let this dry and then go over it again with a top layer. I don't do that with mine. I'll show you what I do next though. I'm going to set that off to the side because I did one earlier and let it dry, because when they're wet I would wait till they're completely dry before I do the step I'm going to do now. So you can cut around these with scissors. It just does a lot cleaner job if you use a sanding block or a nail file. Do the rougher side and then just go down. Don't go back and forth, just go straight down with it. I want to show you that just comes right off. And if it doesn't, just keep doing it till it does. There you go. I usually use a nail file. Honestly, a nail file works really good and it's a lot easier to maneuver. But I thought I'd get fancy and get a sanding block. It doesn't work as good as the nail file. Now it's up to you if you want to line the back of your flashcard. I'm choosing not to line the back of my flashcard because I like that whimsical look, and I feel like you could still write on it if you wanted to. You can see though why it's important to let it dry completely so you don't tear your napkin while you're doing this. All right. So you could do that and then come back later and do this part, or move on to a different craft and then come back. So that's the finished product right there. And I've got that the way I want it. So let me move on to the next step. I'm going to take some children's book page and rip it and put a piece of torn book page on the flashcard as a background. And I want two sides to be straight, and then I'll tear down to the corner. And I just kind of line it up here where I want to start tearing, and just visually look to see where I need to go with it. I'm sure I'm going to have to tweak it a little bit, just a little bit. Did everybody survive their week this week? I'm really excited. It's the weekend, lots of crafting time. I'm excited to show you guys how I do my curved spines, because the way I'm doing it, I'm going to be able to make these up ahead of time, have them in a nice little container, and when I get ready to do a spine, pull it out and adjust the length at the time I'm making the book. Because if the book has a, you know, like a little golden book's different than some, you know, they're pretty small, but then some books are taller, so I'll be able to adjust that at the time I'm actually doing the book. So they'll be long, and then when I'm ready to do the book, I'll cut it down to the size I want. Can't wait for you to see it. And that's tomorrow. That video will come out, as well as the kit video showing what's in the kits. I wish I had more to put up on Ko-Fi, but I just have to. Next month, I'm going to try to have 10 of the Sunbonnet Sue kits. They'll have a slight back-to-school theme and also like a quilting theme mashup. Okay, so the next thing I need is my image, and this is an actual image cut out of a Raggedy Ann and Andy book. This is my preferred way to get my images. I do always make a digital when I'm working on a journal and print that out for, like, especially like I always seem like I do a label sheet. I always do a fussy cut sheet. I personally don't use the background pages that much. I try to use vintage pages from different books and papers, but there is no right or wrong way to do this in junk journaling. But I've told you before, my thing I'd love to do, and I'm actually working on a journal right now. It's a 1940s school book that all the images will be from the book that I took apart to make the journal, and the book was already falling apart. So I feel like I've rescued a book and we'll be bringing it back to life. But I'm doing that not as part of a series. I'm just doing that on the side. I've also, depending on how much I get done this weekend, I've got a wedding journal I need to make. I may, if I have time, sit down and film that as well. I got the kit from Maddie at Madeline Diet Design. She had a live sale, and it was just a one-off kit and an extremely good deal on it. And I'm gonna use that to make the journal. So we'll see if I get to work on that this weekend or not. I've got a lot of things I want to work on. Okay, plus when I'm showing you how to do the spine, I'm going to go ahead and do all the little golden book spines for the next phase of this series, where we start going into the little golden books, and then at the very end we will use all the ephemera we've made, and I'm sure I'll do more videos making embellishments and ephemera, and start stuffing the journals. Okay, so then I put a whale tail at the top, and you definitely can sew around this or sew the whale tail on. It's just going to add more texture to the tag. Whale tail on. And then I'm going to make a little cluster, which I'm going to be making some clusters for these journals as well. But let me get this glued together. Can't remember what order I did that in. Okay, papers first. Is that right? Yep, I guess so. I was thinking I did it different, but that's all right. And it doesn't matter if your text is the right side up or not on this. It's more how it looks as a grouping together. You use 3 to 5 pieces to make a cluster. You can staple them together, sew them together, glue them together. All right, and then I'm going to add this star on here. Let's see, what side do I want to glue? I just placed a glue order on Amazon. What is your glue budget? Put in the comments if you're watching how much you spend a month on glue making journals. I'm interested to see where I fall in that. I spend about $40 a month on average. Okay, let's see. What about this button? Will this button fit in there? It does. All right, let's glue that in. So here's our little cluster, and you can imagine like you could put it at the top of a page, but we're going to kind of put it at the top of our tag to add a little bit more interest to our tag. All right. Well, guys, here you go. This is our 7th embellishment make of the week. I'm excited that we were able to get that all in this week. And I will see you guys tomorrow with 2 more videos at least. So keep it cute, keep it crafty, and keep making something out of nothing. Bye!